Alright, so I'm a singer-songwriter. I like to think that I am speaking on behalf of people whose voices have not been heard. I am happy to write songs to make people dance, to make people feel like they're not alone. I'm happy to call it as I see it. I'm blunt but in a nice way. I say what I mean and mean what I say. I like to incorporate other people and see what they can bring to the table. And I'm a visual artist, so I like to incorporate that into some of my productions as far as a music video, an art gallery in Old Town San Diego, where I host events. Right now I have some social activists in there arranging plans to do events and educate the public, and I just like to absorb my environment and learn from other people because I don't like to talk about things I don't know about. There are a lot of things that I think I know, so I write about it. I have kind of a unique experience and personality, you can say, which comes with the artist territory. I was raised by a single parent, father, entrepreneur, stubborn brother who does everything in the world. He has a bartending license, a massage therapist license, he's an animal trainer. I pretty much know exactly what I want to do. I'm an artist all the way, every day. But I admire other people's strengths and their interests, and so I try and capture that, whether that's through a song or through artwork. I like to relate to people. Any questions? My songwriting is often upbeat, but not afraid to get deep and talk about personal stories. And it's totally at my expense, but hopefully for the well-being of others and lessons learned. And I'm not afraid of being vulnerable because somebody has to do it.
She's good. She talks in rhyme speak. Did you notice that?
Rhyme speak?
Well, you'll listen back to it.
How did you get comfortable?
You could write some of the stuff you just.
How did you get comfortable with being vulnerable as a songwriter?
Because my vulnerabilities at first from experiences were not necessarily my choice. So then you learn to cope is one word.
Was it difficult initially to access that vulnerability and turn it into creativity?
Well, actually, it's kind of interesting because you can talk about something in a conversation, like a personal story. For example, a tidbit, personal story. I was kidnapped when I was really young, 5 to 6 years old.
That's a
People don't like
tidbit?
to talk about that. They're like, why did you bring that up?
Wait, that's a
I talk about it,
tidbit.
matter of fact, because it was a long time ago. It makes me who I am, essentially. I'm kind of fearless in a weird way, which can be bad. I can make unwise decisions. I think I can survive it and crash.
Is it because you kicked his ass really quickly and ran away, or what did you do to overcome that situation?
No, essentially I learned that people will do what they do, and all you can do is control how you react.
So true.
So the worst has happened, so the best is before me, and I'm trying to process how to handle it. Songwriting is therapy for me. Art has been therapy for me. I've done art forever, but right now music is my entire focus because I feel it involves more people. It's easy to get lost in the room and have all the art on the walls, but it doesn't matter unless you have a crowd to help enjoy. You can make one art piece and try and sell it to a whole bunch of people, make one song and actually connect it to a whole bunch of people. So I feel like it's more worthwhile my time. And it's selfish endeavor.
Man, am I glad you started.
I mean, you could say, you can't say too much, you can't say too much.
Cool.
Any subject's good. One quote is good.
You have more than one quote.
Is there something that you guys, this would be cool to go around, something that's inspired you, something that somebody has said, whether it's a quote you heard, something your parents said, something your best friend said, like one of my friends says, do what you can when you can, and I've always loved that. So is there something that's kind of pushed you, say when you have a hurdle and you don't know where to go and you're like, okay, for example, one thing my dad said is the worst thing someone can say is no, so I'm never afraid to ask you a question.
I have a good quote. I have a great quote. Oh, good quote. I'll go with that. See, if you're a musician, you understand this. If you're playing music and the chords change, you got to play the changes. So the point of life to me is like, when the chords change, you got to play the changes. Otherwise, you're living a very dissonant kind of life, and that's not a good way to do that.
Like that. Quote?
non-prosodic.
Whoa.
That's a great quote.
What was Jim's quote today? I really like that. Follow the path, follow your heart, not the rules. I think we were talking about religion at the time, but I think it applies to all aspects of life.
Well, I think he said, don't follow the rules, follow the truth.
Rules are only
That's what he
guidelines.
said.
Yeah.
Wait, get him on camera saying that. That was the
It
quote.
was something like, don't follow the rules, follow the truth.
Very nice.
Tim, he was sitting there.
All right, Tim.
In absentia.
Do we have to give our names?
No.
Please, so you have music, or what music makes you smile and makes you prosper? Essentially, it's blurry. No.
I hate that we...
Voila.
So really, what makes me smile? What music makes me smile? Let's see. You got Stevie Wonder. That's the start. That's the finish. That's a lot of it all right there. Gautier. Several.
Very nice. What about you?
What's the question?
What music makes you smile?
What turns your day right side up?
Oh, that wasn't the question you gave me.
It's essentially the same thing.
That's not.
If are we talking
They're only
artists?
That's a different question.
They're only words. What are yours?
Artists, inspirations, either way.
Darren Hayes, Ice Cream.
See, it's not the same question.
I got it better. I can just answer with ice cream.
That's good.
I know.
Bread.
I love tall buildings, like giant skyscrapers.
Superman.
No, I feel like this is what
I guess it's a different question.
I'm gonna go. I got the good one. Stop. My question. I look at skyscrapers and I think someone really thought of this. It was a thought, and then other people got involved, and it was built. And like it's the embodiment of what people can actually do.
See? Different
And
question.
that makes me feel huge, and I should feel really tiny, but I don't. I feel huge, and I feel like I can do anything, and I want to do everything, and it just makes me feel like this is what people are actually capable of. And you feel it when you listen to music, it's amazing, and you get it when you're reading a good book, but then with the building, it's right in front of you, and it's huge, and it's undeniable, and I'm smiling right now as I think of this stupid building. I love it.
That's
And my
great.
name is Toba.
Very nice.
That's like a weird Star Wars.
Are you interested? Do you need a specific question?
The thing, when he's asked about the quotes, I always love the quote when it says, harder you work, luckier you get.
I like it. That's a good one. You have a quote?
Yeah, luck is, preparedness and meeting opportunity. But I think that's Jefferson.
Preparation is up.
And here's the man whose quote.
We quoted you. You started the whole quote revolution.
Well, you know what? Here, this is
Your quote of the day.
the most beautiful quote I ever heard about luck was by this Jesuit priest named Anthony de Milliband. And he said, he collected stories, and one of his was that luck is how we define the success of people we don't like.
I enjoyed that.
Sounds good.
No, luck is, luck, I don't know about
Who
that.
we don't think have talent or ability.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Right. And
I got nothing.
I don't believe you.
no, but
I'll get there.
I don't know about luck. I just know that
We're here.
we're here.
Do
God's
what you
good,
can.
and we're everywhere. And all creativity, all flow, and all respect for inspiration.
Very cool.
I think that I'm an inspiration junkie. I look for inspiration wherever I can find it, and sometimes I have to kind of tease it along to wake my ass up from the more mundane things I'm doing in life at the moment. And but music and creative people like we just have been seeing, Johnny Lang, inspire the heck out of me to just go, my God, I would love to write a song for that kind of artist to perform. And then I'll go back to Twain, who said some great things, and he said, if you don't read a paper, you're misinformed. If you don't read a paper, a newspaper, you're ill-informed. If you read a newspaper, you're misinformed. And I think today it's so spun that we're looking and searching for the truth, because there's so many people with an agenda to spin their shit. then can we find the truth? And I think that's part of what you're doing with your writing, find your authenticity. We're all trying to find what our authenticity is because we're lacking. We need truth.
That is great. Would you like
What
to
was the
contribute
quote
anything?
you said that you quoted? What was my quote?
He brought it up.
Scrambled your quote.
I said, he said, no, if you don't follow,
Don't follow
the rules, follow the truth.
Yeah,
right?
follow the truth, not the
Not the rules. I like to finish with the truth.
Quote?
So I turned it.
Well, as a songwriter, here's a,
Okay,
Dust off the
I
loose.
have tons of quotes that I access all the time. Here's one of them. My friend and co-writer Tom Kimmel was supposed to be a judge at a songwriting contest at the Kerrville Music Festival, and he was supposed to hand out the prizes. And so he said to everybody before he was going to do this at this contest, he said, "Well, people are going to tell you that this is not about the performance. This is about the songwriting. But I'm here to tell you that it's not about the songwriter. It's about what the songs are about."
It's about what the songs are about.
Yeah.
And so I take that to heart in terms of the songwriting too. It's not just that you're concerned about the songwriting, the craft of it, and all that stuff. It's what values do you bring to this that you're making use of in your songwriting. So the ethic and the aesthetic of songwriting and creativity matters. And what the songs point to, such as in my case, I'm a believer in God, so I think that that's one of the ways that I'm accessing God is hearing music that I love. When I experience something really beautiful, such as wonderful music, I think that's what I'm in the presence of. So and my relationship with God matters a lot. The mechanics or the ways that I have access to God don't matter so much.
Right.
But that I am in touch with God matters a lot. So
Good song.
That's what the song is about.
about. And that's what all the songs are about.
You don't want the songwriting to get in the way of what the song is about.
and I was just going to say, to simplify, I was going to say this before you said it, is that, when it comes to writing, really what you really need is 3 chords and the truth.
And I would add to that if there are 3,000 languages and 6 billion people and 6 billion paths to God.
7 now.
7 now, really? Amazing.
Over 7.
That maybe the reason we have music is it really is one language. And, Johnny Lang.
It's universal, yeah.
And that's why I can't not be in this business. And I've tried not to be in this business, and I can't. But it was reaffirmed today, when I saw Johnny Lang.
Yeah.
And, I was overjoyed and angered that he had me in tears in 10 seconds. And it's that emotion, whatever he went through, was translated, into the airwaves, directly into your soul, and maybe via God. It just moved me and just reaffirmed why I'm in this industry and why I do this. I wish I could write songs, I publish them, but if I can find songs like that pass my litmus test, where it involuntarily takes over my body reflexes, and I can share those with other people, that's why I do it.
And when you saw in those first 2 seconds, the face of this extraordinary pain on his face, that was like when he was delivering those lines, and you're thinking he was going to break down in a second, and then he pulls back, and he's just that's the world that he lives on, the edge of that kind of power and pain and love and joy every moment when you see that face, that you can go that close to looking like he's about ready to literally like break down in tears. That was so moving, and then all of a sudden he pulls back, and that's his just normal face, right? It's like, oh my God, what?
He's living right
on
the edge
in every moment.
Not only that, his voice will go into that deep growl and go to that high, like lilting kind of like nothingness, and it was just like.
That is like
obviously
he's like covering the whole gamut of the human experience, all kind of simultaneously,
in one
from here to there. I mean,
are you
just
kidding?
so deep and so broad and everything. It's just
Well, that's what
it almost
to me.
pissed me off because he's so good at channeling that. Like
I was just like, I was just so happy that somebody like him comes along. We need those guideposts.
Oh, I know.
I think that's
Beacons.
one of the main functions of music is compassion. As in, the etymology of compassion is co-pain. It's that you are in the same boat with other human beings, and you are not alone anymore.
As soon as you sing those same words with everybody else, you realize you are not alone, and we never are. We always feel that way, and it's just not the case.
You read my mind. Compassion is key.
Forgiveness.
And I also think that the pain I think that he's experienced was clear to everybody who heard him. You don't have to watch him. You can hear him tapping that pain in his soul. And then when you see that smile when he's done, it's about the transformation and how it transcends the pain and evolves it and helps you get past it. And when you take that pain and turn it into such joy that this table's been talking about for 2 hours.
Well, the fact that he could go there and then come out of it and go, you know what? I was there, but I'm here now. And
I was going to say when
And
he's
go back there
singing,
comfortably.
and he makes that little. You hear him make a mistake on the guitar, and he just laughs it off like he's been there, but it's like very quick. He's like,
but it's not about.
And he made it
great
a
player.
transition.
It's
He
about,
chuckles, and he's into that other
Between-
moment.
Major and minor.
that's a beautiful.
That was great.
And it's that, again, it's a formal constraint in song structure itself. Is tension, release. Verse to chorus, whatever it is that lifts you out of that into that.
Yeah, and that's what I felt. He was hovering over the minor or the major, and sometimes he was so right in the middle that he went this way instead of that way, and he realized he had to go back the other way because he's so caught in the tension and release of all
And the
this.
beautiful part of
And
that
I
too
love
is that's that Middle Eastern ancient human roots where the melisma and where they have the melisma of the
Excuse me, I got a listen.
I gotta leak my melisma right now. I'm telling you.
What did an MFA do me? You said you didn't graduate high school.
Okay, so we have 12 in India. They have 17, and we have I don't know, I forget how many scales in the Western, but they have like thousands of scales. They have morning scales, evening scales, fall, spring, summer, birthday, death, life. They have scales for everything, and that's what the whole dot in the beginning of all their stuff. And they lay this down for 45 minutes, and then they jam, right? And they just establish these tones, 5 tones. But the melisma is how they blend on quarter tones. They don't do half steps. They do quarter and eighth, and I mean they step into things. And so that thing was like a profound level where we don't have a major and minor that actually fits. And then if you call it a flat or major and minor, you have this.
We would call it
right. We call it out of tune altogether.
That's actually really
right. And he's like, no, that is the real thing right there. You can't do better. You can't be more in tune than in that moment when you're out of tune with what we consider to be within this confines. That's the story of our life. We keep thinking that it's got to fit in here, and it ain't there. Wherever it is not where we can put it. He was following the spirit, and that was the most powerful part.
Yeah.
Amazing. How was I
Can't
not
tabulate
there?
that. How do you tabulate that?
You can get a recording of it.
Yeah, I have the recording. I mean, I'll get the recording.
Good.
The melisma, it's that wavering voice.
Like vibrato?
Vibrato or
Yeah, but it's not vibrato.
No,
It's
it's
that
the
hovering.
steps in between what we
You
would
hear the
call
Middle Eastern
half
sound.
step, third step.
Right.
Yeah.
You hear the
It's the vibrato turned into 11 now.
yeah to 11.
11.
11.
Spinal melisma.
That sounds dangerous. That might be the name of this video.
The melisma, miasma.
The one language called melisma.
Baby, can you feel my melisma?
No, but I got a good orgasma for you.
That's right. Is that major or minor, or is that? It's certainly not augmented. In my days, it's diminished.
Yes, and he went there.
Okay, I can go there in a heartbeat.
That was good. Thank you.
Man in the mirror.
I'm a perpetual 9-year-old.
Outro.